Today, I want to talk about consistency and in different ways. I want to talk about what I use for consistency or how I look at it. I have this little thing. It comes straight from Atomic Habits. James Clear, great read. If you need a first read to get going, obviously that's the first book I'd start off at, because that'll break down and change your whole life. Just saying. Depending on where you're at in life, of course. Anyways, he talks about this 1% rule. Just 1% every single day. And it kind of just stuck with me. After I listened to this book, I remember it just kind of just like sticking with me and like breaking down what I do on a daily into what I know I should be doing and how to make those things that I do that are wrong seem unattractive to stop me from doing those things. But anyways, the thing that really stuck out the most was that 1% rule he was talking about, because it's like, it's not the fact that like you need to drastically change. It's not the fact that you need to drastically like 180 your life, because typically you try and make huge change at once, it tend to not work and they tend to just fail fast. Like you make a goal of 200 push-ups a day, but you can't even do a set of 15. You got to be reasonable with yourself, and you know you're not consistent, so you're not gonna do it periodically when you know you should. You gotta be realistic with yourself. So the rule comes into play where it's just 1% every single day, because honestly, depending on where you're at in life, you more than likely got time. You can start whenever. And just 1% every single day. And that 1% eventually, will lead to higher, eventually 100%, right? Get to a limit. But that all stems from consistency. It's just you have to consistently. The only thing that sucks about it is you got to do it every single day. Not everything you do to grow has to be, terrible. The only thing that's terrible is you have to do it every day. Now, you have to consistently keep feeling that with consistency, but eventually you hit that 100% mark. And how I look at it is eventually you'll hit a milestone that's just it's nice. It's rewarding. It's everything that you want to feel. Now, when you get there, though, you have to remember, okay, I'm here, boom, back to zero. It's always just back to zero, because there's never those limits if you truly believe it. Like, consistency behind anything. I'm going to keep on reaching new milestones and never stop going. But that just comes with discipline, of course. Obviously, discipline needs motivation for breakfast. So it's not like you can rely on that every single day. But doing it every day will build discipline. Depending on, obviously, look at it anyway. Work, if you're a salesman, if you're a gym goer, if you just graduated from school, you're getting into a field. Obviously, you've been doing it for so long. But how did it happen first? How did you get to where you're at now? You build consistency, but you build discipline. It just came with consistency. But that 100% rule is you get back to zero, and then it's time to go again. It's time to go at it again. Now, I truly look at it like, as long as you're consistent and you have good faith and you truly believe in yourself, nothing can stop you. But the lessons that I've learned from it recently is I'm in the chapter right now where I've been consistent with many different things for so long that I guess, I've been doing everything rather alone, and there's those moments where obviously, it's just tough, but it's the same thing I think about. Would I rather be going through those moments when I'm alone, but with nothing to my name, nothing to say that I'm proud that I'm doing? Or would I rather deal with that with knowing the fact that, hey, sun's gonna shine tomorrow, I'm still going to have another opportunity, and I know what I've been doing is right. You can live with the pain of regret, the pain of discipline. I've lived with both. And I've been just choosing discipline every time. Now, I can't say where you're at right now in your life, because I don't know who you are. I don't know what you got going on. You're the only person with yourself every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You're the only person with yourself. So think of it like, okay, can you go home every night knowing that you earned your fatigue, knowing that you did what you could to look in the mirror and be like, okay, you did good, I'm proud of you? Because if not, if you just keep avoiding what you should be doing, you're going to keep going through that same cycle. You're going to keep going through that same cycle. I believe discipline is the purest form of self-love. And it's like, if you don't love yourself, if you don't like what you got going on now, then what do you think is going to happen? Like, every man lives two lives. The second one starts when he realizes nobody's coming to save him. So it's like, you have to men eventually have to have that talk with themselves, especially just in this day and age. I think this is like new that we figured out, because I don't believe like 60s, 70s, 80s that it was like really too much at all like it is now, because back then it was just like we got so much advantages and privileges compared to what we used to. So it's like I feel like it's gotten harder for men to fall into these traps of lust, entertainment, distractions, procrastination. And I'm not a saint myself. I definitely have my still bad habits, my demons I fight with. I'm not saying I'm perfect, fuck you, but it's just like you got to be stronger than that, and you got to at least know that you can sit with yourself and understand that, okay, even though I'm not perfect and I'm still working on these things, at least I'm doing the right things to keep me functioning, keep me going, and keep me well-minded, right-minded. I don't know how to say that. Anyways, yeah, because you are the most important person to yourself, and it's okay. Like I said too, you're gonna have those days. I've been having those days as well. Those days happen, but I've been slowly learning different things about myself as well, going through different emotions, tons of them. And it's just like you have to realize when those moments come where you want to act out, that's because your mind's telling you something or something like that, and it's just like you got those anxiety attacks and everything. You gotta just sit back and realize, okay, I'm present now, I'm feeling these emotions. Now what I can do is, what can I can think about what I can control versus what I can't control. I can't control something, obviously. It might be financial, might be a loved one, might be school, might be yourself, your weight, something of that sort. It could be any of those things. But what can I control? I control my attitude right now. I can start to slowly get to neutral, get back to me, and those are the moments where you can sit back and really focus on those things. Maybe even meditate on it, pray on it, take some ashwagandha. That's what I take. I love it. But yeah, meditation is big, prayer is big. Just keep the faith, because with enough consistency and raw action, you can do anything you want to. But I'm just letting you know, when those days do come, that's how you could go about it differently. Figure out what gets you back to neutral. Everyone's got their own thing. I'm not telling you what I told you is gonna work, but figure out a way to get back to neutral. A little breathing technique. I think it works. Andrew Huberman said it. It's a little breathing technique when you have anxiety. There's a way to actually cure anxiety right when you get it, believe it or not. He says it's just, go ahead and do it with me, because I got a little anxiety doing this right now. So all you do is take a very deep breath in through your nose, and then you take an extra little sniff, and then blow out through your mouth. Just, you can do it one, you can do it a couple. I do it before I pray, and I know it just gets me grounded. So this is, how I know. So, and I feel like it just clears your mind to let you know, like, okay, I'm right here, right now, and there's nowhere else I'd rather be. Anyways, appreciate you guys joining me today. I'm not sure how long it's gonna be after I edit it, but I'm not necessarily looking to be like an influencer, or I know it, it's barely even gonna be seen at first, but I just want to be consistent, because I got a lot to say. I got a lot that I would like to get off my chest, things that I've been learning so far through my early 20s that will eventually, hopefully reach the ears of people in my situation going through something of the sort, and that like to just hear something, because men that are working towards something don't really talk about these kind of things. And I'm not trying to reach a certain crowd or for any kind of anything. I just want to get what's on my mind and get out of my mind and then off my chest as well. So yeah, maybe I could help somebody. Maybe that's like what I've been looking for. But I don't know, keeping it short and sweet, because I know everyone's attention spans little to none nowadays. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna be throwing a video or two up. I don't know, I just like the idea of this, just being consistent with this.